Welcome to Strangeville. Welcome to the channel piece. My name is your host, Kevin Strange. I'm a 20-year veteran of the underground. I'm a cartoonist, novelist, and independent filmmaker. And I am here today to talk to you about my love of comic books today. And boy, you gotta have love for comic books to enjoy this. Today we are looking at Violator versus Badrock and some single Violators, just all the Alan Moore Violator stuff. And I am joined today by the PhD of comic books, Dr. Ben. Thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you for lending us your expertise to the channel.
Always glad to come in and share my wisdom and knowledge. So
it is October. It is Monster Month, and that means I've got a brand new comic book piece, gang. I've got Count Kefula, aka Dracula in Strangeville, my 28-page full color splatter gore raunch fest underground outlaw comic book piece is out now. There's a link in the description to the Patreon. The Patreon is $3 a month. It gets you access to all of my comic books, novels, and feature-length films, including the brand new Count Kefula, aka Dracula in Strangeville. And we are doing a limited print run. Link in the description. For only $12, you're going to get the 28-page full-color one-shot comic book and this beautiful 11 by 17 poster piece. We're doing pre-orders through the entire month of October. That will end on Halloween, October 31st. I will send the book off to the printer in early November. You guys should have your stuff by mid to late November if you decide to order the book. And we are marching toward 1,000 subscribers, that big milestone that all small YouTube channels aspire to reach, and we're almost there, gang. We've got like 150, 160 more subscribers, and we will hit the big 1,000 subscriber milestone. If you are not subscribed, about 40% of the people who watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Make sure you do click that subscribe button and help us on our quest to 1,000 subscribers, and we will reward you. My graphic novel, my epic tome, Kevin Strange's Space Worms, a splatter gore horror comedy raunchy sex fest. I almost said sex pest, Dr. Ben. What is that? They call that a Freudian slip. That is full color, 164-page full color raunch fest. I'm going to be putting that up for free on the Patreon for an entire month after we hit that 1,000 subscriber milestone. But we're not here to talk about Space Worms, gang. We're here to talk about Alan Moore's run on Image's Violator series, a couple series from our boy Alan Moore. And I say he's slumming it here with the Violator series, probably cashing $10,000 to $50,000 checks per script, I would think. What do you think, Dr. Ben? You think he was making him? You think he made like $100,000 on this Violator versus Badrock series? Would that be maybe $200,000? Do you think he made $250,000 writing this this series? What do you think, Dr. Ben? Well, let's bring in the expert here on comic books.
I believe that. Let's see. If we're talking about the Violator Badrock, that's
you know what we need to talk about before that. I'm sorry, I stepped all over you. You let's see what Dr. Ben has for sale right now, gang.
If you listen to Rob Liefeld's his podcast, he discusses that he paid Alan Moore $20,000 for scripts for each script.
So 80,000. So for the 4-issue Violator versus Badrock, the guess is somewhere around $80,000 to write these books.
4-issue miniseries.
That's excessive to me, but it was the 90s, and they were making millions and millions of dollars, so why not? Alan Moore's name had been tested, right? tested on Spawn, tested on what did Liefeld have him write on? Do you remember?
Violator, and then Supreme. But well, no, Supreme wasn't for a while because like Alan Moore's Supremes were like issues in the 40s.
Well, these are Todd. I mean, these are Violators. Todd McFarlane's
Right.
baby. So that's Todd. And Todd liked to write love checks, as we know from cartoonist kayfabe. They over there before Ed Piskor was murdered by the comics industry, and people like Alex DeCampi, Ramon Villalobos, and Evan Dorkin. He had his own channel where he reviewed comic books, gang, and he did a whole series. Him and Jim Rugg did a whole series on the lawsuit between Neil Gaiman and Todd McFarlane, where they talked about how Todd would just send love checks. He would just make millions and millions and just start cutting checks to everybody willy nilly, and that I guess didn't matter to somebody like Alan Moore, but that really bothered Neil Gaiman. And Neil Gaiman sued him over it and was like, just tell me how much money I'm supposed to get. Like, and Todd would be like, oh, just cash the checks, buddy. Just cash the checks. Those are my love checks. Those are love bombs to you. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. But what did?
If maybe Todd McFarlane refused the advances of cuddling in the tub with Neil Gaiman.
No blowjobs. no pay for play. What do they call that? Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo, Todd. If you suck my dick, I'll write an issue of Spawn for you. All right, let's get into it. Let's tell us. Jump in here and tell us about what you got for sale. Right, that's a good segue into your stuff, and then we'll get into.
So not $20,000 for our script. You know, you get the script for this after. If you subscribe to the Substack, drben.substack, you can get advances, previews of my comics. This is
link to Dr. Ben Substack in the description, gang.
So this is like my auto bio, true crime, goth true crime comic is what I'm just putting as many different genres as I can together. I cover current events such as the current controversies in Gaza. Sometimes I bring up those, food supply over there and whatnot.
They murdered the Hezbollah leader today. Did you see that, Dr. Ben? As of the recording of this video, Israel's been bombing Beirut for days and days and days, and they finally got the leader over there.
He has been murdered. Yeah, the one. What was the one they? I don't want to get too far off.
I saw. As I was setting this stuff up for YouTube, I saw a pro-Israel YouTube channel. They wouldn't even say killed. They said eliminated. The Hezbollah leader was eliminated. Like, you won't even They're so they dehumanize the Palestinians so much over there. It's crazy.
Kind of like, oddly enough, on my own channel, I've talked about how there was that cartoonist that she served in the IDF years ago, and they were protesting against letting her have tables. Saying,
we need to do some of her books on this channel too, so we can talk about all that.
One of the people that stood up to say no, how dare you insult the Israeli Defense Forces? One of those people was your favorite author, your favorite female presenting author, Alex DeCampi.
female presenting.
I don't want to make any guesses as to her gender, but that is what I believe. Alex, I don't know. But her, Mara Naomi, and Durf all stood up to defend the honor, the IDF in Israel, and said no.
Yeah, we're definitely going to cover Durf's. Probably during Monster Month would be a great month to cover his Jeffrey Dahmer book.
So that's what I'm saying. I try to cover all the fun stuff, put it all in there, and just and my own, like I said, my own story. I use my rabbit and pizza fella to kind of propel my own auto bio bits, and then I have other bits in there that would be Well, you'll see. This is just the ash can. You can get a copy of this from on the Substack. I don't know if I'm going to put any on eBay. I only have like a couple dozen left, so I don't know if I'm going to do them on eBay or I might save them for uh, the crowdfunder. I got to launch the crowdfund, so that's what I'm saying. I might have those as like a extra special tier or something. Get the old original ash can, but that's what I got.
All right, let's. The diggers have waited long enough. We've put them through enough advertisements. Let's get into Alan Moore's Violator series now. And I asked you this question at the top of the show, at the top of the video. Do you think this is Alan Moore slumming it with these Violators, or do you think he's putting in his best effort here?
I think he's having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is. It's almost like a continuation of, he wrote issue 8 of Spawn, right? And that was all about what Billy Kincaid, and it prominently featured.
Well, Jesus Christ, let me just go grab it. You keep talking, and I'll go grab Spawn issue 8.
That's what I'm saying. He was like playing around with like all the Violator ideas. The ideas about the suit, the Spawn suit being conscious, and all this whole hierarchy of hell. The different levels and different drama or whatever you want to call it, political intrigue of the rulership of hell. And so like this is Violator, the clown guy, right? He can transform from this clown into. It's got to show a picture of him turning into the thing. Where is it? There's him running around as the clown. He was in the Spawn movie too. Looking at this makes me want to go see the old Spawn movie.
No, you don't. No, you don't. That movie's terrible. Let me. All right, I'm bringing up my big cam, Dr. Ben, and we're gonna take a little, just a quick look at Spawn 8. This was also Spawn 8 was featured in Noah Van Sciver's comic book, right?
That was Spawn 5.
Oh, that was Spawn 5.
Which was also about
Billy Kincaid, which is what confused me there. So this is Billy Kincaid is now dead, and Alan Moore is writing him in hell. And so we, I guess, does he meet Violator in this? I don't remember. Does he meet? There it is. There it is. Neil Gaiman writes Spawn number 9, and then we'll sue the pants off of Todd McFarlane before it's over with. So this is a really cool issue. I like this issue a lot. And then there's Violator, or is that Violator, or is that one of his brothers? Is that the Vindicator? Yeah, that's the Vindicator.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like all of that kind of comes up. Like there's the Violator, the Vindicator, and whatever the other ones are called.
Spawn poster by Frank Miller.
Woo! He plays all of those guys in the Violator series. That's what I'm saying. Like I think he had fun writing Spawn 8. That's a funny. I mean, that is
Oh, it's good.
A legitimately good comic book issue.
Bolgia there. Frank Miller writes Spawn 11 and doesn't sue Todd McFarlane over his love checks afterwards. All right, I'm going back to your cam. Dr. Ben, continue on with his. So this Violator series by Alan Moore is a continuation of his storyline from Spawn 8.
That's basically how it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Here comes.
Yeah, there's Vindicator.
Here comes all of them.
What are their names? It's Vindicator, Violator. Is Decimator one of them? I forget all their names.
Maybe. It looks like there's 4 of them, and I mean they look. Or no, 5 because the clown's one of them.
Yeah, he's Violator.
Yeah, because they're goofy. Because they're like, your own flesh and blood. Now, who's got a hug? Like they're just. It's this kind of weird side of Alan Moore. So that's what I'm saying. Like I think he's just. There's like it starts off with the clown getting thrown into the. He's got a what do they call that? A concrete shoes or whatever. They throw him into the river. He's sinking, and like he takes one of the guys with him. He pulls him in and kills. You know what I mean? Like it's just all this goofy. All the dialogue is just so just goofy. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I only wait till I'm out of here, okay? I got my reputation to consider. Cause come on, Alberto. Okay, guys, you heard what Dracula said. On the count of 3, okay? 1, 2, and nice tie. Huh? 3, huh? He bites his tie. That weird little face latching onto the guy's tie. You know what I mean? Like it's so.
There's a guy on the Midwestern Horror Convention circuit. He's this big fat guy, and he always shows up in cosplay as a clown. And I'm always like, hey man, that's a brilliant fucking costume. And he's like, I'm fat. It's the only thing I can cosplay as.
Well, that's yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's just got that kind of weird, almost the way like how like The Boys has got like kind of like cheeky humor. You know, it's like this stuff that's just kind of almost like juvenile kind of, but like maybe like edgy juvenile humor is how it feels kind of.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's
Right.
just, I think he's just having fun with it. You know, like. This is exactly what everyone had been saying. Comics have gotten gritty and dark, and they're so horrible, and it's all blamed on Watchmen and the Dark Knight. So
And here's the writer of Watchmen just taking the piss, having fun, writing horror comedy.
Yeah, it's just goofy stuff.
He's much more versatile of a writer than he is as like a person, as a brand. Alan Moore's brand is very Alan Moore, but his writing ability is pretty versatile. He can do it all.
I am the admonisher. I'm here to give you a darn good telling off. Clown has like it says baby on his shirt, like it's like
he's pregnant.
Yes, like it's just such a, you know what I mean? It's just so goofy, And then
You think he wrote 100 pages of panel for this?
Well, this is what I'm going to show you is because this has got behind the scenes at the end of this issue, and we get some thumbnails
from
Alan Moore.
There you go. See, he's not a bad cartoonist.
That looks like a cool indie comic on its own right.
That's what I'm saying. Don't discount. Look at that. So that's the work he puts into the thumbnail, plus the script. Maybe, you know what? I'm coming around. Maybe he is worth $20,000 an issue. He doesn't fuck around. He takes it seriously.
He says, here are the thumbnail sketches done by Alan Moore for pages 14 and 21. These were sent to Bart Sears along with the script to give Bart a rough idea of what the page should look like when finished. These drawings are called thumbs because of their relative small size compared to the artboards that the finished artwork is produced on, which are roughly 10 by 15 inches. Even though they look very different from Bart's finished pencils, each thumb still contains all the necessary characters, angles, and panel layout that a penciler needs to properly illustrate the story. Some writers' thumbs are as large as 5 or 6 inches tall, while others are as small as 1 or 1.5 inches. And it says that Alan Moore's script was a total of 12 double-spaced letter-sized pages long. Just like his thumbs, everything a penciler or letterer needs to know is right there. The numbers 14-1 tell the penciler that the following lines are for page 14, panel 1. Therefore, 22-8 refers to page 22, panel number 8. Okay. And then these are...
those are some of those pencils.
That's Bart Sears' pencils for 14 and 21. Yeah, let me actually, that'd be kind of cool to pull up. So 21 is, that's page 21.
Yeah.
Which would be
there.
That's
by Alan Moore.
Alan's vision. And then that's okay. Yeah, see, like it's like Alan Moore was just trying to make like indie comics and like sending them to these people, and they were just like, "Oh, these are just the thumbnails. We could take this into a real comic, not this goofy black."
All right. Okay, I guess so.
This is what we need.
Hey, I take them both. I don't mind either style.
So then page. And then page 14 is what? I think that's. Okay, and so then this is the one I think looks better too. So this is page 14 by Alan Moore, and that is this page.
Yeah. I wouldn't say better. I mean, it's just different styles. Like I said, I'll take them both. I don't mind either one. Imagine having a Violator book like that looks like that, though. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would want. That's what I should do. I should just draw one of these like that myself. Send it to him and tell him, like, look, this isn't that AI stuff you guys were messing around with. This is just, maybe start publishing them like this. Alan Moore will come back.
Yeah, this is actual people comics.
Make you a new Angela. Screw Neil Gaiman and his lawsuits. But yes, as I'm saying, this Violator stuff by Alan Moore is just, it's so odd because, everyone thinks of him as like this big, like.
Well, here, let me give you an example of what people think of him as. I'm cutting over to my cam for a second, Dr. Ben. This is a giant phone book tome of the book he did with Jason Burroughs called Providence, which is his like love letter to H.P. Lovecraft. One of them. He's done a lot of Lovecraftian stuff, but it includes a fucking map of Providence, Rhode Island, and then it just goes. He actually he writes literal notes, handwritten notes that you have to read throughout the book. It's just as indulgent. It's as self-indulgent Alan Moore as Alan Moore's ever been, and this is sort of what people kind of remember him as, is just this like real pretentious, super dialogue heavy, just really dense type of storyteller. And these Violators, they ain't this. And I love Jason Burroughs' art. He does work on that Crossed series from Avatar Press. And let's go back to you, Dr. Ben. You going to show off some more of the... You got another issue of Violator there you want to flip through?
Yeah, and then this is just... this. I only have issues 1 and 2 of this one. I think there's 3 issues, I think is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, isn't it? Is it the second issue or the third issue where he punches through a dude's face and head and he like runs around with the head on his hand for the rest of the issue? I think that's issue 3.
That was issue 1.
That was issue 1? He's running around with the...
Yeah. Yeah, that's the guy's head on his face.
Yeah. There you go.
And even that's what I'm saying. It sticks out to me because I noticed that in Alan Moore's drawing.
Oh yeah.
He also has the guy's. That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Like a little picture there. They should have just published what. This is what we need to get. Okay,
yes.
Fuck like finding all these other old weird comics. We need to get the thumbnails from Alan Moore for Violator,
and then put them together as a fan made ash can, and put them out on the internet.
If I could find them, I would do it definitely. But I mean, you think Todd McFarlane has them?
I think they probably both do.
That's what I'm saying. We need to get a hold of Todd McFarlane.
Listen, buddy. I don't know who you think you are. I don't know who you are. Listen, Dr. Ben, if you're even a real doctor. Listen. Nobody's going to see those fucking thumbnails. I bought them. $20,000 a script. $20,000 a script. Violator didn't even sell 20,000 copies.
And he should definitely expect. Let's see. This came out. 94. I was gonna say he could do it. I think I was thinking it came out in 95, but it came out in 94. He could do like a 30th anniversary, but no, he's already. Todd would if he thought that there was a market for that and he had them. I bet he would. Who wouldn't want to buy that? But then he's gonna run into like fucking Alan Moore would be like,
"Oi, oi, are you paying me again? Oi." Right. Am I getting paid another $20,000?
Yeah, that's what I want to find. It's like I want to like go and befriend Bart Sears just to be like, so where's those thumbnails? Like,
does that demon have a mouth in the center of his forehead?
I think. Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he does. That's what I'm saying. This stuff is fucking. This is Bart Sears just going. You saw what he had to work from, right? For the ideas, like him just going bananas. All this stuff. I mean, look at. In fact, I might even. Ah, my brain! Hey guys, he shot my brain out. It's okay. I got it. I'm saying, like, it's just such goofy stuff. They're all over there fighting this guy. What's Clown doing? He's just over here, depressed, moping. My life's a mess. Exiled.
He's still got the guy's face on his hand. Look.
He's got bigger problems than that guy's face stuck on his hand. You know what I mean? There's.
I think what I'm thinking of is I think by the third issue his fingers get stuck out of his eye holes or his nose holes. Like it ends up on his hand, and his hand is like his fingers are like through his fucking face.
Yeah, look, because he's like, I'm exiled, I'm powerless. The mafia want to kill me, and so does my own family. Worst of it is, I don't even have a friend that I could talk about it with. Kidneys? You're thinking of kidneys? It's a mess. They're just still fighting. I'll be your friend, Mr. Violator. I think you're just swell. You can tell all your troubles to me. Like, thanks, little buddy. I guess it all must have started around the 16th century. And is it... The 16th century? Gosh, Mr. Violator, you sure don't even look that old. Why, thanks, little pal. You see, it was in 1589 when Dr. John Dee first conjured up my pappy.
Hey, John Dee. It's an occult. Alan Moore throwing his occult references in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is not Alan Moore slouching or slumming it. No, this is him. No. This is fucking prime Alan Moore shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, in his notes, he called Pappy a Phleboton spirit of the upper airs. That's blood-sucking fiend from hell in modern-day English. Of course, blood wasn't all that the old man had a taste for. He explained to Dee, and Dee introduced him to my mom. Fine-looking woman, by all accounts.
So this is like the Violator origin story? I guess this is probably the first time we've even heard this.
Yeah. Maybe that's the root of your psychological problem, Mr. Fact. That's his buddy Todd. Maybe that's the root of your psychological problem, Mr. Violator. You felt subconscious desire for your mother. Desire? That's the sickest thing I've ever heard. Sick, Mr. Violator? You mean because she was your mother? No. No, because she was dead. It was the same with all my lousy kid brothers. None of their mothers survived their birth either. I'm just a little baby Violator. Yeah. Like, so Mr. Violator comes down to sibling rivalry. You hate your brothers. Yeah, well, I guess. Well, then everybody hates my brothers. You know what I mean? Like, this is just Alan Moore, just like, then the next page, just, this huge double
That's at least
page
the
spread.
second or the third double page spread we've had. Gorgeous
But
looking
it's like,
stuff, especially if you like
that's
monsters.
double page because it's like, it's got these little panels going
Yeah.
around the edge of the whole.
Yeah. Yeah, what a gorgeous couple of issues to look at for Monster Month.
So, and I mean, it just keeps going. That's what I'm saying. I probably know somebody that has the third issue. Probably, it's in all likelihood, it's probably not that hard to find because, this was printed, like we said, 1994. That's like peak Image Comics bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
how many copies do you think were probably printed
I mean,
of Violator?
over a million.
Like,
I'm guessing 750,000, something like that.
yeah,
A lot.
that's what I would.
A whole lot. If you've got what is the issue you're missing, or you're missing
Three.
you're missing
Issue 3 of this one.
If you've got issue 3 burning up your collection, gang, you could throw it in the mail. Send it to Kevin Strange, P.O. Box number 5, Cottage Hills, Illinois, 62018.
There it is.
There it is.
And he still has it.
Still has the deal. I'm telling you, it's in issue 3 too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got a lot of things, a lot of problems fixing this guy's head on his hand, or you know what I mean? Like, it's just
That ain't one of them.
bigger
All
fish
right.
to fry right now.
We've got
Yeah, we got to go over.
we got Violator versus Bad Rock too, but I think we're going to save that for another day, Dr. Ben. I think we got plenty of
that's its own intense
Yeah,
study because
exactly.
this, like, I'm glad too because the beginning of the video, you were thinking, and I don't want to speak for the diggers, but some of them might have been thinking that the Violator series or the Violator Brad Rock series wasn't, like a cool, like wasn't a deep series or something, or wasn't a good Alan Moore book. I think
Well, I think we've changed everybody's mind here today, Dr. Ben. Kevin Strange, P.O. Box number 5, Cottage Hills, Illinois, 62018. If you've got some comics, some 50-cent comics, some 25-cent comics burning up your collection you want to get rid of, send them our way. If you've got comics that you want us to do deep dives on like we just did the Alan Moore Violator series here today, put them in the mail, send them to us. If you're a creator and you've got a book that you or series that you want us to showcase here on the channel, put it in the mail. And we got to head out, Dr. Ben. We got some dollar bins we got to dig through. I hope we see you all there at the dollar bin too. What do you have to say, Dr. Ben?
Yes, I will see them in the dollar bins because I'm going to be looking for the third issue of Violator. So get in there first. I'm going to dig faster than everyone else.
Dig hard and dig fast, gang. We'll see you next time.